Have you ever found yourself quietly wondering what your later years will truly look like? Are you secretly hoping your children will simply be there to pick up every piece, manage every bill, and fill every moment of your golden years? It's a comforting thought, isn't it, to imagine our adult children, whom we've loved and raised, will seamlessly take on the role of our primary caregivers and providers of all comfort and care. But here's a difficult truth. One many of us rarely talk about: relying solely on your children for your emotional, financial, and practical needs in your senior years can lead to unintended burdens, strained relationships, and a profound loss of your own independence and dignity. The secret to a truly fulfilling and independent senior life isn't about pushing your children away, but about building your own robust support system, one that empowers you and strengthens your relationships with them, rather than testing them. It's about securing your own peace of mind, not just for your benefit, but for theirs too. In this video, we're going to explore 8 far more dependable and empowering places for senior men to invest their time and energy, ensuring a life of greater security, purpose, and joy, long before you ever need to lean solely on anyone. These aren't just ideas. They're actionable pathways to a better tomorrow. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you about your own potential for independence. Let's dive right in. The very first place you should absolutely be depending on, and cultivating with great care, is your own financial independence. Now, this isn't about suddenly becoming a millionaire or having vast sums of money. It's about having control and security over your own resources. Whatever their size, imagine the profound freedom of knowing you can afford that small but crucial home repair without having to call your son, or that an unexpected medical bill doesn't instantly become a crisis that puts pressure on your daughter. Think about the simple joy of being able to fund a short trip with your spouse or a good friend, rather than needing your children to chip in or feeling guilty about the expense. Financial independence, even a modest degree of it, means you have choices. It means you can say yes to opportunities or no to burdens, without your financial situation being the deciding factor. This isn't just about money. It's about peace of mind. It's about reducing the potential for financial strain on your children, allowing your relationships with them to be about love and companionship, not about their wallets. So, what can you do? Start by thoroughly reviewing your retirement accounts, understanding what you have, and what income they're likely to generate. Consider whether long-term care insurance is a viable option for you, or at the very least, understand the potential costs of care so you're prepared. Create a realistic budget for your senior years, thinking about both your needs and your wants. Talk to a financial advisor, even if it's just for a free initial consultation. Many community centers or nonprofits offer free financial planning workshops specifically for seniors. Automate modest savings if you can. Even small amounts add up over time. Understand your government benefits like Social Security or pensions. Perhaps even consider whether downsizing your home could free up capital and reduce ongoing expenses. These aren't just practical steps. They're acts of self-empowerment that build a foundation for a truly independent future. Moving on from our finances, the second critical place to depend on is your own health and wellness. Your body truly is your temple, and proactive health management is one of the most powerful ways to reduce future dependency. Think about it: being able to walk to the park, carry your own groceries, or simply get up from a chair without pain. These aren't small things. They're huge markers of independence. Maintaining your physical and mental vitality means you're less likely to need constant assistance with daily tasks, freeing up your children to live their own lives rather than becoming full-time caregivers. It also dramatically improves your quality of life, allowing you to pursue hobbies, travel, and simply enjoy each day with more energy and less discomfort. What does this look like in practice? Regular checkups with your doctor are non-negotiable. Don't skip them, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Engage in modest, consistent exercise. This doesn't mean running marathons. It could be 30 minutes of brisk walking most days, incorporating some simple strength training using your own body weight or light resistance bands, or even chair exercises if mobility is a concern. Focus on a balanced diet, more whole foods, plenty of fruits and vegetables, lean protein to maintain muscle mass, and less processed junk. Prioritize good sleep hygiene, aiming for those 7 to 8 hours most nights. And don't forget your mental well-being. staying mentally active, managing stress through hobbies, meditation, or spending time in nature. And addressing any signs of depression or anxiety are just as vital as physical health. Every healthy choice you make today is an investment in your independence tomorrow. Now, let's talk about the third crucial place: your social connections and community. While your children love you, they have their own lives, their own families, and their own responsibilities. Relying solely on them for all your social interaction or practical help can be an enormous burden. A diverse network of friends, neighbors, and community members is an invaluable source of support, companionship, and even practical assistance. Who can you call if you have a flat tire? Who can share a laugh with over a cup of coffee? Who can check in on you if your child lives across the country, or if they're busy with their own crisis? Your children aren't always available, and it's unfair to expect them to be. A strong community network fills so many gaps. It prevents loneliness, provides emotional support, and offers diverse perspectives. How do you build this network? It's simpler than you might think. Join clubs or groups that align with your interests. A book club, a walking group, a card game league, a gardening club. Volunteer for a cause you care about, at a local library, a food bank, or a hospital. Attend local events, workshops, or senior programs at your community center. Reconnect with old friends you've lost touch with, and be open to making new ones. Becoming a regular at your local coffee shop or a hardware store can even lead to new friendships. These seemingly small actions build a web of connection that can surprise you with its strength and capacity for mutual support. It's about creating a support system that eases the pressure on your children, allowing them to truly enjoy their time with you, without the weight of being your sole provider of companionship or assistance. It also enriches your own life with varied experiences and perspectives. Now that we've really dug into the importance of securing your finances, maintaining your health, and building a robust social network, let's turn our attention to something equally vital for your long-term fulfillment and independence. The fourth powerful place to depend on is your personal hobbies, interests, and a renewed sense of purpose. For many men, a significant part of their identity and daily structure was tied to their careers and raising a family. When those roles shift, and they inevitably do, a void can appear. If you don't have your own interests, your own passions, you might unconsciously look to your children to fill your time, provide your entertainment, or give your life meaning. This can be stifling for everyone involved. Having hobbies and interests that truly engage you provides immense joy, intellectual stimulation, and a reason to get up each day that is entirely your own. It offers a sense of achievement and self-sufficiency that contributes greatly to your overall well-being. Imagine spending an entire afternoon in your workshop, crafting something beautiful with your hands, or losing yourself completely in a challenging new book, or tending to your garden, watching life grow under your care. These aren't just ways to pass the time. They are sources of profound satisfaction and self-sufficiency. They give you stories to tell, skills to hone, and a distinct identity beyond just being a father or a grandfather. What can you do to cultivate this? Revisit old hobbies you once loved, but let slide. Maybe fishing, painting, playing an instrument, or woodworking. Explore entirely new ones that pique your curiosity. Perhaps learning a new language, taking up photography, or getting involved in local history groups. Look for opportunities to volunteer in an area that aligns with your passions, using your skills and experience to contribute to something bigger than yourself, a sense of purpose, whether through a hobby, a volunteer role, or even just mastering a new skill, is incredibly empowering. It means your happiness and your daily structure aren't solely reliant on others' availability. It means you're living a life rich with your own meaning, which in turn makes your time with your children more about shared joy and less about their responsibility to entertain or fulfill you. Moving gracefully from pursuing your passions. The fifth vital place for senior men to depend on is continuous lifelong learning and adaptability. The world changes rapidly, and while it's tempting to think you've learned all you need to, staying curious and open to new information is a superpower for independence. This isn't just about academic pursuits. It's about keeping your mind sharp, understanding how to navigate new technologies, and adapting to new ways of doing things. Think about it being able to manage your own online appointments, connect with your grandchildren on video calls, understand the nuances of online banking, or even just keep up with current events without feeling completely lost. A sharp, adaptable mind is a powerful tool for maintaining your autonomy. If you're constantly struggling with new systems or feeling overwhelmed by technological changes, you'll naturally find yourself leaning on your children for help, often for things they can do in seconds that take you hours of frustration. What can you do? Make a conscious effort to learn something new regularly. This could be as formal as taking an online course on a topic that interests you, or as informal as simply reading widely across different subjects. Learn a new practical skill, even something basic, like how to use a new app that helps you manage your prescriptions or understand your health records. Follow current events and engage in stimulating conversations with people of all ages. Embrace change rather than fearing it. Challenge yourself to solve problems, to think critically, and to stay curious about the world around you. This investment in your mental agility ensures that you remain capable, confident, and less reliant on others to bridge the gap between your knowledge and the evolving world. It keeps you engaged, relevant, and in control of your own interactions with modern life. And now, let's talk about a crucial, often overlooked, sixth area: comprehensive legal planning and estate management. This might not sound like a fun place to depend on, but it is perhaps one of the most loving and responsible things you can do for yourself and for your children. Having your legal and medical wishes clearly documented, while you are still capable and clear-minded, reduces immense stress, potential conflict, and financial burden on your children during what will already be a difficult time. Imagine the peace of mind knowing that should the unthinkable happen, your family won't be left scrambling, making agonizing decisions, or potentially fighting over your wishes. This includes having a clearly defined will, establishing powers of attorney for both financial and medical decisions, and articulating your advance directives regarding your health care. This isn't just for the wealthy, it's essential for everyone. It ensures your wishes are respected, your assets are distributed as you intend, and, crucially, that your children are not burdened with complex, emotionally charged legal and financial decisions when they are grieving or in crisis. What are the actionable steps here? Consult with an estate planning attorney. They can guide you through the process, explain your options, and help you draft the necessary documents. Talk to your chosen power of attorney and your family about your wishes, so there are no surprises. Organize all your important documents, your will, insurance policies, bank accounts, passwords, and medical records, and ensure a trusted individual knows where to find them. This might involve an uncomfortable conversation or two, but it is a profoundly selfless act that provides clarity and dignity during times of vulnerability. This level of foresight demonstrates respect for your children's future and secures your own legacy on your terms. With your personal purpose ignited and your affairs in order, we now turn to ensuring your environment supports your independence. And perhaps most importantly, cultivating an inner strength that is truly your own. Let's talk about the seventh critical place: actively adapting your home and environment. As we age, our physical abilities can change. Proactively making your living space safe and accessible allows you to maintain your independence in your own home for far longer. This isn't about moving into a facility prematurely. It's about making your current home work for you, reducing the likelihood of accidents, and lessening the need for external help for simple daily tasks. Many falls, for example, happen right within the home. A simple grab bar in the bathroom, better lighting in hallways and stairwells, or even just moving frequently used kitchen items to lower shelves can make a world of difference. Think about the peace of mind, knowing you can navigate your home easily and safely, without constantly worrying about a trip or a fall. This foresight reduces the chances of an emergency call to your children, allowing them to visit and enjoy your company, rather than rushing over in a panic because you've had an accident. What actionable steps can you take? Assess your home for fall hazards, remove loose rugs, clear cluttered pathways, and ensure all areas are well lit. Install grab bars near toilets and in showers. And consider a non-slip mat. If you have stairs, ensure good handrails on both sides. Think about tasks that might become difficult. Can you reach everything you need? Can you easily open jars or packages? Sometimes simple tools or adaptations can make these tasks manageable. Technology can also be a friend here. Smart speakers can allow you to make calls without reaching for a phone. And automated lights can turn on as you enter a room. Decluttering your living space not only makes it safer, but also creates a more peaceful and manageable environment. It's about designing your life, not just reacting to crises. By making these thoughtful adjustments, you are actively choosing to extend your period of self-reliance, keeping your domain truly your own and ensuring that your children can visit for pleasure, not just out of necessity. Finally, and perhaps the most profound of all, the eighth place for senior men to depend on is their own spiritual or inner peace and resilience. This isn't necessarily about religion, though for many it certainly involves their faith. It's about developing strong internal resources, a deep sense of self, and robust coping mechanisms. Life will always throw curveballs, loss, illness, change, unforeseen challenges. Developing a strong inner core means you can face these difficulties with a sense of calm, acceptance, and self-assurance, rather than feeling lost, helpless, or overly dependent on external comfort and validation. It means being your own anchor. When you possess inner peace, you're less likely to be derailed by circumstances beyond your control, and you're better equipped to find strength within yourself, rather than constantly seeking it from your children. What does cultivating this inner peace involve? It could be practicing mindfulness or meditation for a few minutes each day, simply being present and observing your thoughts. It might involve spending regular time in nature, connecting with the vastness of the world around you. Engage in contemplative practices, whether that's prayer, journaling, or quiet reflection. Find meaning in your experiences, both the joyful and the challenging. Cultivate gratitude for the good things in your life. Learn to accept what you cannot change, and focus your energy on what you can control. This isn't about escaping reality. It's about building an internal reservoir of strength and peace that no external circumstance can fully deplete. When you are centered and resilient, your relationships with your children can flourish because they aren't constantly shoring up your emotional state. You bring a sense of calm and wisdom to your interactions, enriching their lives as much as they enrich yours. We've talked about building a fortress of financial security, nurturing your body and mind through dedicated health and wellness, weaving a rich tapestry of social connections, reigniting your purpose through passions and interests, sharpening your mind with lifelong learning, responsibly organizing your legal affairs, adapting your home for lasting independence, and perhaps most profoundly, cultivating that unshakable inner peace. Remember, none of this is about being a burden. It's about empowering yourself to live your fullest, most independent life. It's about strengthening your relationships with your children by showing them you're a capable, self-reliant individual, not someone to be perpetually worried about. Small, consistent steps in these 8 areas can genuinely transform your senior years, making them a time of profound joy and continued growth. Not just for you, but for your entire family. What resonated most with you today? What's one area you're going to focus on this week? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I love hearing from all of you, and your insights truly help others in this community. If this video helped you think differently about your future, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We're here to help you live your best life every single day. You have so much wisdom, so much life left to live. Embrace your power. Embrace your potential. And live your best life at every age.